Hey guys, let me know if the sound is okay. Just give me some feedback. Hope everybody's doing well. Well, welcome to another another session of Weekly Squeeze. We're gonna look at some of the high probability trades together. I do want to start with Bitcoin and Ethereum because I just got into a trade. So if any of you want to piggyback with me, happy to do it. Let me just cover that very quickly before it goes either direction. So as you guys know, I like looking at the 4-hour chart, and when Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's more true for Bitcoin than Ethereum. Ethereum can be wild. When Bitcoin hits the median and it typically bounces back, as you guys see over here. Let me see if I can zoom into this. So what happens is basically I typically try to get in when Bitcoin touches this mean, especially when you have a bullish momentum like Friday we had. There was a gap between the CME futures and the how Bitcoin price closed with the CME futures on Friday and how we reopened. So I was waiting for a pullback. I posted this to the crypto channel. Not this, but like when we were up here, I think I said, there's a good chance that the symmetry will play and we'll come back down. So I started getting in somewhere around here in case it didn't come all the way down. It turned back up here. As you can see, if you look at 821, so this is 8, this is 20 on EMAs. We're all stacked up, very bullish chart. I'm in this trade. I basically started getting in at 59, something up here, and then as it went down, I started adding more. So I now have a, let me zoom out. So I now have a 500,000 position opened. Again, this we don't know if it's going to work out or not, but we'll keep this open until the session and then we'll see what happens. But I'm planning to hold this. My liquidation price is 50K. My entry price is 59,400. So we're right around there. So if any of you want to follow this, and I'll tell you, so this is one of my setups, right? This is one of my reasons why I entered. We are typically bouncing back. And also 58,200 was where we not gapped up, but where we kind of started the breakout move. So I have some orders to buy more if we go down to 58. So if you look at the chart, the normal chart, that's futures chart, right? So let me remove myself so you guys can see it. So the other reason I'm looking at this is, let's see, the 30-minute. So the 30-minute gave a trigger. At the momentum wave turned, it gave a trigger up here, buy signal. But VWAP was coming down around here, so I wanted to wait. We just went down and we came up. So it's pointing to the zero line, which is a good indication. Although this, I don't know if you guys can see it, but money flow is in 30 minutes coming down. So that means we're gonna have a little bit of pain, and then 30 minutes until this thing turns. So if 30 minutes turns, and then we look at 1 hour. So 1 hour is already turning. The VWAP in 1 hour is up, so I expect us to continue to the up direction. 2 hour, yeah, the 2 hour one has a little bit ways to go. I want to see these things turn. So we may have a little bit of pain before it changes. So we may have a little bit more pull down. I might have entered a little early, but earlier, so literally like an hour earlier, this thing was pointing much better. Obviously, this wasn't. So we're gonna have to see these, but I like when these waves are down here and it's pointing upward. So like by the time in an hour or two, the momentum will turn, VWAP will be in positive. We may be by the time we're done with our session, we may be above 60K, but we'll see. Doesn't mean always it's gonna work, especially when the 30 minutes, like the lower time frames right now has a little bit of pull down, but the higher time frames are setting up to be very nicely. I like this. I like this kind of symmetry. You know, we kind of hit this and we went all the way up. So if you kind of take this, you know, and then come from up here, you know, it's kind of like these levels are like for me buy zone. Now, when would I exit this? So what's my stop loss? If we go down all the way down here to like 57,000 and we break this down, I'm out of this trade with a loss. So 57,000 level is going to be the stop. But you know, my view on this is if we go back down and retest 58,200 and bounce from there, that's really bullish, guys. Like we will. If we bounce there, I'm going to continue to load up in this position. Right now, I have 500. I'll probably put a couple more $100,000 into this and ride this to 70K. So we probably have like another week bullish before we kind of hit some sort of exhaustion. Again, these are my views. This is what I'm trading. By no means this is a financial advice. I'm going to keep this running in the background, and then we'll check at the end of the session where we are. You know, it's a trade, so I might be at a loss or I might be, but like literally, the trading plan, I always share with you guys, when Bitcoin pulls back to the median, we buy. It may come down to -1 ATR. I add more, and then when it goes up to, you know, 2 ATR, 3 ATR, that's when you kind of start taking profits and then kind of manage your trade. So we're in this trade. We'll monitor this together. Same way, I'm on an Ethereum trade. I got into Ethereum the same way in the median. I think over here somewhere. It could be up here somewhere. I can't. Yeah, when it touched here. So I only have 100K on this, but I have orders to get back, you know, add more and 1835. So below the median and -1 ATR level, and then below. So keep adding. My Bitcoin price kind of target is the first target is 62,000 when we break 62, and then we go to 72 or 70, somewhere in the range of 72, 74. For Ethereum, it is, it's really like we need to hit 1900. Once we break 1900, 2200 is the next level. So I'm going to try to maintain these positions and then scale out if we do the type of kind of symmetry we see. I want to monitor that, obviously. Same way I look at the waves on Bitcoin, I look at the waves and Ethereum. So we may have a little bit of pain for the waves to come down a little bit and turn. I think Ethereum had a much better chart. The same thing, I think, on 2 hourly. Let me see the hourly. Yeah, hourly has a trigger price right now. So based on the system I follow, I also look at the squeezes, right? So based on this, so the momentum wave turned, you have a trigger wave here, right here, buy signal, and VWAP pointing up, and you have a nice curvature in the money flow. So money flow is coming up in. So the Ethereum in the hourly chart is a buy right now. The squeeze also pointing to the right direction. So we may have some time on the squeeze, but I like this. The fact that we have the squeeze and the wave turn, you kind of expect the next wave to be up here. Perhaps, or it does a little more wave here, and then you have another trigger here. So we'll monitor this by the end of our session. But if you kind of look at here, the same thing happened, right? We have kind of three subsequent waves that are coming closer to the zero line. So this was the first trigger, really. You know, I would have normally looked at. The reason I wouldn't enter here is the money flow pointing downward. But here, where you get the trigger, you would see the money flow kind of turning, and then I think, you know, I would wait till like the turn and make sure VWAP is positive. So somewhere here you would enter. Anyhow, that's the system. And you have the squeezes. That's, you know, you expect an explosive move. So I use market cipher and the squeezes together to kind of determine the entry time. I started doing that with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but now I'm actually applying to stocks as well. And we'll take a look at stocks together. There are a few positions that I'm monitoring the same way. The reason I use this is also it gives me an opportunity to kind of predict the wave, how it would potentially complete, and that allows me to see perhaps a little bit of a prediction of time as well. So like at what point that we would see, you know, kind of like a time prediction. Let's look at the money calendar. Again, thanks for joining on Sunday night. Hamid, Alan, Janak, thanks for joining. It's great to have you guys. I hope last week you all did well. Please let me know how you did last week. I was mostly in cash, except as you guys know, I keep trading BCRX. I see that as a solid stock in this volatile market. So I actually again made good money on BCRX. I did enter a Google trade on Friday that is showing negative, but I'll share with you. Actually, I'll share with you right now before we go to money calendar. Let me see. So I don't know if you can see this. Let's zoom in. So as you can see, I keep adding to my BCRX profits. I sold new naked puts on BCRX when it pulled down. So next Friday is the expiration on those. So hopefully we'll bank more profits there. CBAT is I have a losing position, but this was the whole point of selling naked puts. So it actually worked. Like I lowered my it's 565. Like I have 190 credit on 155. So both of them are 7.5. So this position is actually going to do well. Like when I get a sign, I'm buying it at a, you know, still profitable range. So even though it's showing negative here, it's actually going to be profitable trade. And if it keeps going up, the profits will increase. So the naked put position I got in before that crazy volatile week actually worked, right? The whole point you enter and get credit during the volatile times is it's a stock I want to own, but I didn't want to own at the price at that point. I wanted to have, you know, my buying price to be at a lower point. So you take the credit in, so your entry price for the stock is way lower. So the naked put actually did its job. I sometimes see in our trading group, people get nervous with the negative numbers on their because of the pricing of the marking of the option prices. But all you have to do, guys, is deduct this credit you receive from this price at expiration. That's really your cost. So if that number is, if that number is smaller than this or very close to it, you have a good entry price, and your position actually worked. It means that your position actually worked, and your position actually worked, and you got protected to the downside a little bit. And so I don't worry about this 10K loss here, because at expiration we're gonna recover this. It's not gonna look minus 10. Okay. So the Google position I entered, one of them I had these are flat out calls, so I don't like doing them, but so right now I have a loss. We'll see how the Monday opens. I want to look at the chart on Google. I'll share with you guys. We'll look at the waves, but I like the setup on the squeezes and how market cipher, waves, and the money flow is looking. I'm going to review that with you guys. During the volatile times when we were reviewing, unfortunately, but I'm still profitable on this. I had a long 2022 Macy's calls, and I just, when I bought them, it was like, I don't know, like what were they? I bought them like at 60 cents, like a long time ago. I can't open this. Think or Swim is acting on me. I'm clicking on this, but it's not opening. It's so weird. Okay. So guys, I bought these 60 cents, 77 cents options. They're like just leap options, right? $15 call. And this was when Macy's were like $6. And I just said, I think in America we wouldn't let Macy's die, right? Like it's an iconic American, especially like last year when before Thanksgiving and stuff. So I figured I'll put some contracts in there. So I just put a few $100s in this. Look at this. I mean, we came back to $18 on Macy's. These options are $6 now. It's almost 10x. So I wish I had like 100 contracts. I could have bought 100 contracts. It was more like I figured like it would come back up. So I'll monitor this. I'm not touching these. This is just gonna be sitting here. So, and then I added more to NCNA. I'm kind of building up this position. It went down under $5, and during that tough, painful time, I kept adding it. I bought SOS last week. This number should look good if we open up. This should go back up to $7 and above if we have good Bitcoin prices tomorrow. I'm guessing tonight, overnight, or tomorrow morning will be above 60K. But you never know, right? The CME futures and institutions that were kind of like gapped up on Friday, and they, I don't know if they would push back the price more, but I just think that when Bitcoin does all-time highs, and it's typically during the week, this is the first time we have an all-time high breaking out situation over the weekend. So that affects the volume, right? Like, so I expect the real volume to come tonight. So like we should really pump. If we don't pump, I think it'll be probably 60K range. If we pump, we may even we may surprise ourselves tomorrow morning. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. But I'm gonna try to keep my positions. I continue to add to Seahawks, SOS, Surf. I think this is a losing position. This was an ARC thing I had. BBIB I still have. I was never worried because I'm looking at it like I want to own this thing. It's gonna, it's a $10 naked puts. We're at $8. But again, it's the same issue, right? I have credits at $2, $1.95, $1.35. So this one for 35 is going to be a loss most likely if it doesn't keep going up. But if this bond situation is stable and stocks are back to the seasonal pattern, which we will look at the money calendar, This thing will, on a day, just could go up like $1.50, and back above $10 pretty quickly, end of March. But we'll see. I mean, either way, I don't mind owning this, and in the long term, just even if I have short-term losses, in the long term, I think it'll be fine. Anything in the cloud space will be probably fine. On the technology stocks, I think we hit the local bottom. It looked really good when we looked at the charts last weekend. So anyhow, overall, I continue to be, because of BCRX. During the downturn, I kept adding BCRX, which ended up being a smart move. So I can't complain. So that's good. We're gonna monitor Google. I hope tomorrow is gonna be a good day. The futures were looking good, so we'll see. Also, on the chat, feel free to request any stocks that you want me to look at. Okay. So let me show you very quickly the other account. So I had two accounts, right, that I'm kind of playing with. So on this one, like BCRX, I have like 179K profits. Again, I sold March naked puts. I expect these things to be zero, right? There's going to be like 12K coming from this next Friday. Or if it goes down under 11, I'm going to be getting assigned. So I will add more BCRX. I had actually 20K BCRX. I had added in when the volatile thing happened. But then I sold it like at $13 something. They reduced it in half, and I sold naked puts to, So I'm trying to maintain a 20K position in BCRX. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Look, this WIMI position I just entered last week, I think. I think this will be fine too. Actually, it should show more profits. I don't understand. Oh, because of this $10 one. Again, it's mispriced. Like, it's not mispriced, but it's 175. This thing was the premium will evaporate, and we'll just get to, at expiration, we'll get to the exact difference. I think this will be fine too. Google, again, I'm at a loss. This one I had a put credit spread. So on this account, I'm doing a relatively safer trades than the other account, although I don't know if that works. But I did a put credit spread on this account. On the other one, I did just straightforward, just calls. Anytime you buy calls, you get screwed. I do those calls when I have really good high momentum situation, and we'll see how Google acts. I will show you the setup I have for Google. That why I rarely just buy straight calls unless I have my own code gives me a trigger, and then other setups looks good. Then I do that. So again, I have some losses here, but I think they will turn positive with the seasonal pattern turns. And again, this another 180K here profit. So a couple of lessons for me. Stay in cash was the smart thing to do. But during that time, when we discussed in the previous videos, I did make mistakes of getting into positions. Even though it was smaller, they still took my profits down. Like, my profits were probably in total 100K more than this. I gave back some of those profits, okay? Just because, I couldn't resist the trade. It looked like a dip. But, it was tough for all of us. I think that's 2 weeks of, minus 10%. That was tough. But, I've been averaging 8% weeks or more. So anyhow, so that's the status I wanted to share with you. Not everything I enter works. So be prepared to lose some trades and win some. But you know, the most important thing for me, what builds confidence with me, is I am consistently winning bigger, and it trades. The trades that I don't act emotionally, they typically work. The trades when I act emotionally, most of the time I miss opportunities to probably book profits. I had a Zoom trade where I took I don't know what happened. I think I didn't take the profits when it was opened up. It showed you like when you get the move that you were expecting, at least that you know you get 50% profits or so. You might as well take some off the table, right? I didn't, and then afternoon it went down. We were a loss, so I'm like I'm regretting my decision, and then I think the next day it decides to move, and at break even I exit. And then it keeps going. So like the whole trade would have been like extremely profitable, but because of my mistake on the first day, that affected my judgment on the second day. So this is why, guys, like you cannot operate with emotions. So I detected that I acted with emotions on that trade, so I'm good with it. I let it go. I'm no longer upset, but I just recognized that that one Zoom trade, which ended up break even at the end, but it was emotional actions, not following my trading plan. So you have to stick to your trading plan. That's the lesson learned. All right. So sorry about that lecture a little bit, but that was a lesson learned for me. Let's take a look at the money calendar. So we're at Tom's Options Tools. This has been a great platform for me, especially for like back testing my strategies, and also kind of having a view around the historical data for how stocks act in certain parts of the year. It's been pretty good. The way it kind of aligned with the stock almanac, as well as kind of it shows you which stocks are bullish in what cycles. So let's take a look at this week. So on Monday, this is the list, kind of start to finish. I think I posted this on the website. As you guys can see, there are a whole bunch of 90%. So what this means is just a reminder for anybody who doesn't know how to read this. It shows you the last 10 years, which stocks kind of were bullish from this day forward. And 9 out of 10 years, NOC, Lulu, AMT, these were like profitable bullish trades, which came with like very strong conviction. This power meter kind of indicates the momentum of the move. So like let's look at Lululemon. So if you look at it, last 10 years, there was only 1 year that it was down. And the trade is starting from March 15, ending April 22nd. If you buy and sell on these dates, you would make on average $9.20. You would have some drawdowns. I don't like this chart because of the kind of like typically you would get better setups on money calendar. Like I like the ones that kind of stay in the middle, not big spikes on every year consistent wins. And having a loss in the near recent past is also not good. So I would not select this stock, okay? I would immediately skip this. So let's look at the first one. So I like this better, guys. So this had a rising profit range, okay? Look at this. I mean, I like this better. And even when you had the loss, the drawdown was small. So let's assume this is extreme. Let's assume these are extremes. So kind of like you have like a $10 range. Let's take a look. So you would enter March 15 and exit April 22. So you would have a little bit of, so it looks like a little downturn and then boom, it goes up. This jump might be a earnings related thing. So it looks like this is a good stock, most likely for run into earnings type of exercise. I'm assuming this is earnings jump. Let's put this in on the web page. You guys can copy it over. Money calendar. So I posted the money calendar here. You can, on your leisure, you can download these to wherever you want to do. I just keep this here, so because I want to measure my analysis progress. This is really for me, but I gave access to most of you. So if you don't have access, just reach out. Just drop me a note. But this is my website. I really use it for myself. It's not meant to be for others to use, but I like you guys, so you can have access. Okay. I'll post this. All right. Quick check on Bitcoin. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We're at 60 to 80. We are up already, like in this session, $7,000. When we started at 500K, so we're already up 7K. It doesn't mean it's gonna work, but look at this. Look at how nicely it bounced back from the mean. Okay, doesn't mean it's gonna work all the time, but when multiple things come together. I mean, I just entered the trades, so you guys see it. Okay, we'll see what happens at the end. I might be crying at the end. So let's see. How about Ethereum? How am I doing? Ethereum is good too. All right. Just quickly, I want to just double check. Sorry for the interruption. I just want to look at the waves one more time in lower time frames. So 5 minutes. Wow, 5 minutes is extremely bullish. There was a trigger here. 15 minutes. Wow, VWAP is up. Money flow is turning up. Wow, money coming in, guys. We may have a great night tonight. I'm telling you. Well, this is short-term time frame though. Hold on. 30 minutes. Wow, we got a trigger, buy trigger on BTC. Right here, VWAP turn, money flow is turning. That's 30 minutes. 1 hour. 1 hour VWAP turn. There's money flow or green. I love this, and the squeeze is kind of coming up. Guys, if this turns, this is hourly. We may have a big move to the 60. This is hourly, so this turns. We got another green dot here that triggers hourly buy. I think 4 hours probably still looking kind of coming down. All right, look at this. Money flow all green. I want this VWAP and 4 hour to turn upward. We're going to look at this at the end. Guys, if this thing turns up like this in 4 hour, we may wake up tomorrow morning richer than today. All right, I'm just sharing with you like my thinking process. Okay, so that looks good. All right, let's go back. Money calendar. So Lee, I'm not sure when you asked that question. So I think you know Tom's platform. So that's Tom's. This Bitcoin chart, if you're asking, this is TradingView. I have a premium subscription to TradingView. I both write my own indicators on TradingView as well as I use it for like, it's more flexible for me if you ask me compared to TOS. It's very easy for me to just open up the browser and look it up. With Thinkorswim, I have to wait to load it up. When you click something, sometimes it takes forever. So I like using TOS as well for signals and scanning, but it's just too clunky. So in TradingView, I just have, the Market Cipher. I will walk you guys through. I'll share with you guys a link if you're interested, because you can get a discount through me. And I'm not the coder of Market Cipher. I just love the guy. It was a crazy guy, but his crypto face is just amazing. But you know, I took his system. I love confirmations through his system. I use it in combination with Squeeze Pro, like just looking at the squeeze, because for a long time I had an issue with, you know, looking at squeezes and the timing my entry for stocks. I'm able to time squeeze firing a lot better. Look at this, like example here. So the way I use Market Cipher is like this would be a trigger bar for me with the money flow coming in, and then we would be here at the squeezes. So like I would not enter here in the squeezes the trade. Like normally the way we do in simpler, I would have been in this trade over here and wait, and it would be going down, right? Like take a look. Like you would have this kind of little bit of a fake out, and you would be coming down. So like most of the time with just the simpler system, I would be in this trade and I would be like, it would be immediately going down. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But like with the validation now, with the trigger, I'm actually entering this trade over here, which I might miss these two bars or like the lower entries. That's okay. But I have a little bit more confirmed signal. It's been working for me. It doesn't mean it'll always work, but it works for me with Bitcoin at 4-hour charts. I've been testing this now with stocks. A few times it worked. So let's see. It's not enough sample size for me to tell you that it works, but I'm gonna monitor this and I'll share with you as we kind of make progress. Okay. All right. Let's go back. I want to see 100% here. There's 100% here, CL. The power meter is lower end, but it's still positive, so this may be actually good. I don't know. We'll take a look. Look at this, guys. Out of 10 years out of 10, you would have a profitable trade with CL. You enter March 15, you exit April 19, okay? I'll post this. Okay, I'll post this as well. You can copy this. Let's quickly take a look what CL looks like. Actually, I'll just duplicate this. Oh, that's crude oil. That's why. No shit. All right, so guys, oil trade. I should have known. Oh wow, look at this. It's already going up. We might have missed it. What is this? I'm on the 30-minute chart though. Let's do a daily. Wow. So guys, look at this. Money flow into oil. Oh my God, look at this. They've been loading this up since, wow. All right, my system is acting on me. Just bear with me. What a bullish. I mean, we kind of knew this, right, guys? I mean, let's look at 4-hour. Daily is little. Yeah, you have green money flow. VWAP is turning in. So I guess they, and the squeeze looks good too. I would wait till this wave to come down if you're gonna buy. But you know, Tom's tools, the stats last 10 years just tells you that you should buy. We got a buy signal from my code as well here. So it looks good. All right, let's go back. Let's take a look at, I just want to look at market internals. All right, SPY looks good. Actually, let's do this. Yeah, it looks really good. Look at this volume here. Guys, we may have, I mean, some of you already were bullish. I was being cautious, but look, I mean, it looks very good. I mean, oops, that's, we'll look at it in my charts as well. Let's SPY very quickly. TLT. All right, TLT is where we want it to be. USO. Look at this oil. UUP. You know, it's still dollar always has a potential to mess things up for us. What is this? This is gold. GLD is turning. This is the stuff I kind of take a look and see, like, if I catch something that's, you know, typically look at FANG and some of the travel stocks. Look at FedEx. Transport, always a leading indicator. Luis, yes, money flow is the chalk and money flow. Yeah, it's same as toss. You can. I just like seeing it in one place as opposed to separate indicators. Oh, Hamid says CL is Colgate. Was that Colgate? I need to go back. So it wasn't crude oil futures. Let's see. Yeah, it tells you how much I trade those stocks, right? I don't, I don't trade crude oil. Okay, CL is this. Yeah, you're right. It's Colgate. So why did it bring it the? Because I picked CL here as crude oil. Okay, I see what I mean. Right here. Oh, guys. All right. It is looking good. I mean, thank you for correcting. Look at this, guys. I have buy signals on Colgate. This is actually much better than. So let me tell you like what I like. All right. Look at this money flow on the negative. Okay. So that means a lot of selling. But what I like to see is a nice curvature. So at 4 hour, we don't. I mean, we gotta see this money flow to kind of like turn up. But it already, from my code, we have the buy signal. You have the DMI buy, and then we have the green dot from. So this is actually looking really good. And look at the squeeze. So if you kind of zoom in to the squeeze, you can see this has a potential to have an explosive move. Okay, so we should take this seriously. So this is 4 hour. Let me see daily. Guys, I like this. Look at this. So here's what I'd like to see. Yeah, this actually, I don't know if you guys can see this, but let me show you. So there's a little bit of divergence here. Like this is actually coming down. Okay, while the stock significantly came down here. Okay, so you have the divergence signal. You have a nice curvature here. Let me see. So what would be very nice is this. Sort of like a little small wave. That would be a trigger wave. And something like this. So this is what I mean by like predicting the time. Okay? So I'm kind of doing a small prediction. It doesn't mean it's going to work. So 6th of April, some sort of peak. So let's take a look. Last time it was up here. It had a small wave here, okay? Let's take a look at the price projection. So from this point, I'll do the next bar to this high point. It was a move like this, okay? So let's put that here. So it was this bar here, down here, okay? All right, so now I'm giving you a price target. So we'll have something like this, probably like this, okay? It doesn't mean it will happen that way, but text. So I'm giving you an $83 price target. Okay, that looks at somewhere around April 21, okay? So what did the money calendar say? April 19, okay. So we have, I'm copying this, okay? We'll keep this as a case study, and if it doesn't work, you guys can laugh at me, okay? I need to check if I can trade this stock, but just because of my real world job. If I can, I will enter a trade, and I'll let you guys know. But let me post this. This I would consider potentially taking this trade. where's the, okay, right here. Not that one, this one. So you guys laugh at me if we don't hit, but this is kind of like, again, I'm still working on my skills related to time versus price. I consider time as equally important as price. So being able to kind of look at a wave study to kind of guesstimate the price range. You know, I suspect there is a psychological level at $80. So you could probably think about a trade, a credit spread from 75 to 80, right? That's a potential. The other thing is, this is daily, but 4 hourly had, I think, squeezes, right? Where's my chart? Let's take a look at CL. There's monthly squeeze. Oh, look at guys all over the place. This has, CL has lots of squeezes. So we should definitely consider this, okay? All right, let's go back. I want to look at I want to double this. I want to look at just SPY. Just to make sure we're not missing something. Guys, so this is this 30-minute though. What does daily look like? Yeah, so daily looks really bullish. I mean, look at this squeeze, daily squeeze, as well as the curvature in the wave. And the wave is, so this is really good. This is a trigger wave for buy signal. I don't know if we had looked at this. Yeah, I don't think so. But anyhow, like it had a buy signal here. Like in my system, this would be a buy signal. I wish I had looked at it. This would be buy signal. You would buy here with this wave, with the VWAP turning, and the money flow is in the green. Like this would have been perfect. And the RSI is, look at this. Oh my God, this is probably where people loaded up. I think I was being cautious last week as well. You know, Raul and CK and those guys probably doing very well. That's why they're better men. I was just being cautious last 2 weeks. I missed all these potential entry points. But look, this is such a great buy. When this squeeze fires, we're I mean, it looks, I don't know how high we could go, but it looks pretty bullish to me. So SPY looks pretty bullish. QQQ. Daily chart, it's turning. VWAP is coming to the zero line, so I would be careful with QQQs. We may have a little bit of pullback, a day or two, okay, before this generates another wave. Then okay, you guys wanted me to look at some things, right? I mean, you wanted me Etsy. Want to look at Etsy? Okay, let's take a look. So daily chart, Squeeze looks good. So it's kind of like daily doesn't tell us that much, even though, I mean, it's still, you know, as long as you're on these like EMA ribbons, if you're above the EMA ribbons, it's bullish. Down here was a little risky, but right now you have a setup starting. 4 hour might tell us more. All right, so 4 hour actually gave a buy signal right here, and my code gave buy signal as well. This was a buy. Shoot. We're always missing this stuff. I should have looked at this. I mean, you may be already in this. If you're in this, man, this is awesome. Like, it gave a trigger. What date is this? March 9th. Buy signal here in my system. With VWAP pointing up, green money flow. This is setting up nicely. Let's see. Let's look at hourly so you can see if there's, yeah, so hourly, you have a little bit of risk, although the money flow curvature is good and VWAP is above 0. So this curvature is good. It means like, you know, more buyers coming in, but the wave is above 0. So this wave is gonna potentially come down. So you may have a few days of painful, not painful, but pullback, you know, right here. If you're gonna, like, if you're late to this trade and you didn't enter over here and it just kind of pulls back, hourly chart shows some pullback potential, okay? Although there's a green dot here that indicates that, you know, there's more buying. I don't know, it looks okay. I mean, it's not the best setup. Because you had a best stop down here with the squeeze and the trigger wave coming in, and the money flow was curvature was so good. So like you would have entered here. If I was in this, I would have exited somewhere here, unfortunately, and it would have kept going. That's Etsy up week. All right, Upwork. This has a nice buy signal in my 1 hour. Nice curvature of money flow. There's a trigger wave right here. So Friday was the buy on hourly. Let's look at daily just to see. Looks good. Money flow green, VWAP above 0. Daily looks good. So imagine, okay? So let's imagine this wave kind of going up like this, all the way here, kind of similar to the wave up here. I'll just do a ballpark estimate. So here, kind of we went from here to this wave here, and that was black dot squeeze as well. So perhaps like somewhere here, right? So that's kind of like what it did before. So if we imagine same type of move from this wave, somewhere around here, okay? So on a daily scale, you have probably like a $4 move, okay? This is not the trade I would get in. Just the move is not enough for me for the for the stock. But if you're in this, you may be okay. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing by end of March is $52. Okay. Let's see. Let's pick somebody else's stock now. SOS. I'm in this SOS. I think SOS might do well. Let's see how we're doing. We're up $8,000 right now. It's still going, which is really good. While I'm talking to you guys, I'm making money, so I can't complain. But it doesn't mean it's gonna continue like that. So there's some selling pressure I can see here. But it's, I'm not planning to sell until this thing goes up to 3 ATR, 4 ATR, okay? So SOS will benefit tomorrow in the market open, wherever Bitcoin is. If it's at these levels, SOS might be above $7. Let's take a look what I see here. So daily chart is okay. I mean, there's no buy signal. So there's a potential buy signal. Depends on how this wave, if this wave turns tomorrow, we're gonna have a buy trigger here at like 642 or so. So we should watch this up because look at the VWAP is coming up. Look at how much money coming in. This is very positive money flow on daily. SOS has a very good potential. So let's assume, so there's a little bit of art, right? So I'm guessing we will have a trigger wave right here. So tomorrow. So let's take a look. I will post this as well. So I'm assuming this wave will come like this. We'll have a trigger wave. It's gonna go, let's assume it's gonna go like the previous ones. Something like this. Okay. So we'll have a trigger wave tomorrow. You can have a buy signal tomorrow. Price target. So last time, so we went from here to all the way to here. I don't know if I would stay that far up, but let's assume somewhere around here. So again, assuming, oops, I'm messing this up. Shoot. Let's do it again. Where was it? Down here. There's a little bit of trigger here. Now we went all the way up here. Okay. So I move this. Oh, why is it moving? I think my mouse is just too sensitive to. I'm gonna try this one more time. Let's do somewhere here. Okay, I select this. I'm just gonna move here. Okay. It's doing auto adjustment. All right, I'm just gonna measure it manually. So that's a $10 move, okay? So let's put a $10 move here. Wow, that's significant. That's crazy. Wow. All right, so I'll put this on the website so you guys can laugh at me if it doesn't work. $16 price target. By end of April, okay? Wow, so I'm in this guy. So I mean, this is a stock that, of course, I'd like to see it up here. So let's see if this will work. We're gonna measure it. We can cash out together. Let's see. Where's my? All right. So under money calendar. Okay, actually, I'm gonna put this under watch list. Okay. Because I put Aon here because I like Aon. Aon is setting up a massive move, so we'll see. You guys can watch that. It's not ready to enter, but I like what I see. It was in the orange dot squeeze list, so. All right, so I put SOS here. All right. Let's monitor this together. I mean, we'll see tomorrow. If this thing gives trigger buy signal here tomorrow, that's really bullish. This thing can have a massive move. So I'm going to keep my SOS. I'm not going to touch it because it keeps moving, right, guys? It goes up to like 7, I don't know, something, and then it goes back down to like somebody sells it big time, and it goes down to 620s. So we'll see how it gets affected by the Bitcoin moves. Hold it here. All right, so it's already 10:11. So let's wrap this up. So you can take a look at it here. I put the orange dot squeeze scan. I ran this earlier. I did a 30-minute scan. Had some like really good names here that could have like fast moves. And I did a 4-hour scan, daily scan. EY Lily is in there. Alpha is in there. Whale is in there. And then weekly squeeze, orange dot, and some of the good ones as well. So again, I'm going to be very selective with my entries and exits. I'm again expecting a big week for me with BCRX because of the naked puts. Because when it dumped, I sold more, and and if it somehow continues to stay above 11, all of that will be just cash coming in. And then, as you guys know, I'll close with a Bitcoin trade. I'm still in this. So tonight we are up $8,000. It bounced back here. We'll see how it goes up, right? I'm gonna hold this position. It may pull back overnight. It's okay. I'm gonna try to hold this until like we hit my first price target. I might book some profits just to make sure I lower my cost position. I have 500,000 on this, right? It's a leverage trade. Obviously, I don't have that much money, but I'm trying to increase my Bitcoin holdings. Let's look at Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum is up $2,000. So this is a 10K hour for me. So again, look, the same thing. But you see how Ethereum actually came down to the median, but it actually went down below. So Ethereum, if you have like stops, Ethereum actually can take your stops. So you have to be careful. Like I look at my liquidation price, like it's way down at 700. That's why I don't even though it's a 100K position, I have a lot more Ethereum here. So I try to give a lot of distance to my liquidation price so they don't take me down at nights if I don't put a stop. Okay. There's some level of risk, but this was a 100% return night for me on Ethereum, right? Because of the leverage, what I'm risking versus what I made already in a couple hours. So I was hoping to add more Ethereum, but that's about it, guys. So have a great week. Let's make a lot of money this week. Wish you guys best. Give me some feedback. Like the video. Thumbs up. All right. And then also send me any questions during the week, and then we'll cover next week. I'm sure I'm missing some comments. I didn't read everybody's comments. There were a lot coming in. Let me see. Oh, what? Okay. Luis, I will look at what for you. I think you are the only one I skipped by mistake. Let's take a look at what very quickly. Guys, I'm very bullish on what. Just because if these guys announce like wireless charging for EV, this stock is gonna fly. So I mean, it went up to $8 and came down, but this is a buy. I mean, this is buy under $4 definitely. So look for accumulating this for the long term. This is not a short-term stock, okay? I cannot personally trade this. My firm audits this stock, okay? So I just tell you guys if you want to trade it, but I'm very bullish on the technology because I'm a technology person, so I follow these things. Look at all these buy signals every single time, how much it went up. You guys see these waves? So it had the last buy signal in 9 in my code. The wave looks good, money coming in. Look at a little bit of money flow negative here, but it's turning. It's a nice curvature. It looks good. Again, if you have a long-term horizon on this, you're looking at probably at $20 stock, benefiting from EV and wireless charging technologies. They have the patents on all all these stuff that they're going to announce eventually, and I have no inside knowledge. It's more like studying what they do and through my network. Okay, so you might want to have a small exposure if you don't want this. It looks, and it's a volatile stock, as you can see. It goes up, it gets selling pressure, it goes up, selling pressure. Now it's in the uptrend. Like it's gonna go up to $6 and it'll come back down again. But the money flow looks good, all green. So that's 4 hourly. Daily, what does daily look like? Yeah, daily just gave buy signal. Look, there's a trigger, momentum buy. It looks really good, guys. So there's a trigger here. VWAP is positive. There's really green money flow. So if the symmetry works, so from this wave to, let's say, this first small, actually, you need to look at this bigger wave here. So this was the move. I mean, it's not that much, but it's, so it would be, yeah, you get $1.33 move. Okay, so somewhere around here. This is a $6 stock. I would just, it's right here. I mean, you already see the resistance line there, anyways. What? $6 projection in the near term. It has a daily buy signal, so I think when I told this to Kartik and others, it was at $2, so they doubled. So I'm very positive on what. Okay, I will post that on the watch list. Oops. Watch list. this thing doesn't load up. That was SOS. Let's do what? Yes, this is for the whole long term, okay? This thing is going to be huge, I think, in the long term, especially remote charging, wireless technology. What people are doing in Norway, right? There's, you know, we're going to be talking about this stuff come probably summer. All right, with that, I wish you all a great week. Let's make some money. I'm gonna keep my Bitcoin screen up. I'll put some music on, but I will step out a little bit, okay? Take care. Have a great night, guys.
Nobody knows just how beautiful. Look at me, hold me near. The crowd just disappears. Clouds break and it's clear. It's only you and me here. Hold me near. The crowd just disappears. Clouds break and it's clear. It's only you and me. You caught me, I'm a criminal. You caught me between the cracks. You caught me, I'm a criminal. You caught me on attack. Don't ever turn your back.